Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a sort of get ready with me video, a fun idea I've been kicking around for a while, preparing my library bags to go on a trip to the library, and I also have some future videos planned, just little informal tours of the libraries I frequently go to, just to show you guys what I put in the different bags I take to the library, just, the particular bags themselves, like fun stuff like that. And please excuse the mess in my room. I have never been like, the neatest person in these. I guess I could probably do a tour of the room at some point as well. So let's just start showing you guys what I actually put in the library bags. Now, the first and foremost thing I will be taking to the library is, of course, my computer, which is currently charged up to 100%, up from 80%, because, I feel nothing wrong with bringing a plug to the library. I've done it many a time prior, but it's just like when you can reduce the bulk you're lugging around, particularly when you might have some heavy books, like, why not go for it? And this is just currently pulled up to the perpetual calendar for 1952, which is what I'm currently writing in, and the new material I'm creating for the third and final, hopefully final major draft of the book I am completing. These are some notes I will be taking for the current new material I am working on for that draft. I'm so sorry if I sound like totally idiotic and fumbly and unscripted. This is a completely new type of video for me. These are some news stories I printed out from the New York Times in 1952, and I hand wrote some information about the Riverside Memorial Chapel in New York City, and the actor John Garfield's funeral in May of 1952, which my characters are attending the wake, viewing, and the funeral. It's a really sad story. He was a great actor. He died at only 39 years old. He had a heart condition from boyhood, but unfortunately he was hauled before the HUAC, the McCarthyist witch hunters kangaroo court, and that just put him under so much stress, and sadly he died, leaving a widow and two young children. A third child had sadly passed away very, very young. And so that's what I'm going to be taking the main things to work on. Just in case I need to write any notes down, I will be taking this small notebook. It's not very fountain pen friendly, but it does, it's okay. It's not so bad when I use smaller, fine, or extra fine nibs. And I'm sorry if I sound so breathless and nervous. I always catch that frequently catch that when I'm watching playbacks of my videos. I just sound so completely frantic, and I'm talking way too fast unintentionally, like I'm so nervous, instead of talking so calmly and collected, and I'm completely in control of myself, and I'm prepared, and I know exactly what I'm going to say, instead of talking so frantically. Like if I stop talking for even 1 millisecond, I'm just going to sound like a complete idiot and stooge. And these, I believe, will be the pens I am taking with me. They both have fine nibs, but they do, particularly the darker purple, writes more like an extra fine. These are my two current most expensive pens. These are both from Visconti. I have a video I did about this one. I have videos about both of them. I'm still waiting to do, the part 2 video about the one with the lighter purple colors. So if you want to go check out my pen and ink videos, you guys are welcome to do that. I'm getting totally out of frame. This will be a notebook I will be taking back to the library again when I'm finished with the third draft new material of the book I am finishing up. These are some of the notes I took over the last couple of years for what I should add, and just make mental note of things about the characters, or important plot points, or something I had forgotten. Is it turns out not everything I wrote down to plan to add to the new material for the third draft came to pass. It just felt too cluttery or pointless. Why do I need that? Going to Easter brunch, who cares? Stick to the plot, particularly when it's over 1 million words already, even going to be published in 4 volumes. Let's see what else. I will be taking this notebook to the library in future when I get back to working on I believe it's the second or third major draft of the book, formerly known as the very last, and the fourth book in that My Atlantic City prequel series, the book formerly known as, almost as an afterthought, the first 6 months of 1941. These are detailed, or sometimes not so detailed, notes I took for the new chapters and stuff I'm going to add to the pre-existing chapters. It's like an extensive, like very, like a radical rewrite and restructuring for both of those books, particularly the one currently with the working title, Almost as an Aftershock, the first 6 months of 1941, and just like also just general things about the storyline and events in general. So that's going to be fun. Looking forward to getting back to that book, and I will take you guys over to the stuff oh, I'm sorry, I also always take these are my wristbands. Were really great support when I'm writing. I got these from Plushy Dreadfuls. I have their unboxing in a previous video. These are the AirPods I will be taking. I normally, for like much of the time I've been going to the library, I've been taking the old-fashioned bulkier headphones, but you know, these are like so much less weight. Do I have back here the older headphones I was taking? Yeah, here they are. I was using these in the past, but the ones in the white case are a lot newer, I guess, and the technology is better, and I do need to charge these up anyway. They were having problems like holding a charge. I do have a tragus piercing in my left ear, but because it's like fully healed up for a long time now, it's totally cool to like wear earbuds with a tragus piercing. You just like, you know, push it out. So the back, I'm sorry, fumbling for words to describe it to non-piercing interested people, just like the back of the piercing, it's like flush with the back of the tragus, so the earbud is not, you know, bumping up against the piercing and like, God forbid, leading to a bump or something. And so let's just show you guys what's on the bed. These are the library bags I use to both haul back my library books and other supplies I am taking to the library, as well as to put checked out library books in after I've, you know, checked them out. These also come from Plushy Dreadfuls. They match with the plushie they came with. You can check out my Plushy Dreadfuls unboxing videos if you guys are interested. Like, I think I put them all on my What's Cheering Me Up Right Now playlist, and this is the main one I love to take to the library. Cerberus, the three-headed bunny, he guards the floofs, and these are the headphones I used to take to the library all the time. That's another thing from Plushy Dreadfuls. It's Scruffy Bumps, miniature keychain, which is really fun. These are the, you can see the older, bulkier type of headphones. That's not fun. And these are two little miniature notebooks I got recently for my fountain pen day haul. That'll be fun to like jot little notes and stuff as necessary to take them to the library. Like small, compact size, even though like I'm used to much larger notebooks, and I'm still like, you know, learning to use like smaller trim size notebooks instead of hauling around the heavier and larger notebooks, because like I'm like, emotionally and like, you know, mentally just used to, you know, 8.5 by 11.5 or whatever size notebooks. That's what I've always used. But as I'm using fountain pens, you know, like, oh, smaller notebooks are the norm, and like, why wouldn't you want something lighter weight, even if it doesn't have as many pages or larger pages? So that's just, you know, something I'm still very much getting used to. This is the messenger bag, they called it. I'm totally like not familiar with what people call different types of purses and handbags. It's all a purse to me, or a tote bag. This is also from Plushy Dreadfuls. It carries a lot of room for different notebooks. This is the plushie it comes with, the gold edition autism spectrum disorder rabbit. I have a whole video on that one as well. I named this Bunny Echo. I just couldn't resist that beautiful autumn color. In the bag, see, it comes with really interesting. I put my phone in here. Is there anything else in here? No, that's just my generic Dramamine tablets and some glasses, wipes. And it's so hard to do this like impromptu. Please bear with me. I'm sorry if you're still watching me at this point. And I just, you know, put the other things in here. That's the wallet. What else do I have? I have some ginger candies, because, you know, I am prone to motion sickness, but usually I don't get motion sick when I'm driving the car. And these are some, like, you know, tablets for eye drops that are safe with my scleral contact lenses. And I pretty much like put everything in this bag. In the past, I have used this as my library bag. It's like a yoga bag I got for only $5. They put it in the totally the wrong side, the wrong part of the store at Target. And it was supposed to be like $25. bucks, but you know, it was their mistake, not mine. And of course, my ex, like, he loved to haggle. He acted like, oh, American department stores are just like the bazaar back in the Middle East. Like, why wouldn't you haggle down a price and claim, oh, it's a floor sample, give it to us for a few bucks because we saw it, like, oh, hanging out on the floor in an aisle completely on the different side of the store from where it's supposed to be. I was so embarrassed when he did that, but you know, sometimes you get great deals, and there is a lot of, you know, space in this bag for taking things, particularly when you're like taking several notebooks and a computer, and there's stuff on the side. So I've, like, you know, put that big long notebook I just showed you guys right here, like this. You can see how long it goes. This is like the top, and then it has to fold open like this. I've actually had this notebook since I'm like 2001. Yeah, in January. That's a long ass time ago. I'm sorry, this is like completely unscripted and hard Scrabble. It's just a little card from Pen Boutique thanking me for supporting their business, and that's my book marker, page marker thing. Like, you just put it on, like, slip it through heavy books to hold your place so the book doesn't flap open. That's always something good to have. That's my old-fashioned mouse. Let's see the first date on this. So this is for my Czech culture, language, and history class I was taking. It was a half semester course. Yeah, the 30th of January 2001. Can you believe how long ago that was? Like, wow, yeah, my writing pretty much looks the same as it did then, but I quickly turned it into a notebook of, like, notes for the other books in my Russian family saga historical series. It's a really great notebook to have, even though the glue is kind of coming undone and the pages, like, just come out of the notebook. That's another reason why, like, I need a big space to, like, hold it open. And in case I might be doing any genealogical research by the library, they give free access to Ancestry.com and a number of other awesome genealogical resources. Sometimes you can even kind of, like, trick the system. Not that I should be, like, you know, talking about this. Maybe they'll crack down on it. If you already have the library.ancestry.com, whatever URL open when you go home, you'll continue using it for free at home. Or sometimes you can just fill it into the status bar later on, or, like, go to, like, you know, places recently visited, and I'm surprised you get free access to Ancestry at home. So this is the notebook I started out using to they didn't start at the very beginning, but it quickly turned into an ancestry genealogy notebook. Then I turned it into, like, almost all, like, you know, ancient Greek roots. Some of these words also have Latin roots, but I was, like, focusing on the ones with ancient Greek etymology. My Greek writing is still a work in progress, but anyway, there still is some. So I'm sorry, this is the Greek notebook, the one I just put to the side. Oh, that was embarrassing. That was the one I used for the genealogy. Most of the pages are filled in by now, but there are still some blank spaces, which I have been using here and there for genealogy. Unfortunately, it seems like I've, like, pretty much come as, like, far as I can in researching every, you know, branch of my family, but there are some things I have not yet given up hope, and that's doing some old English practice, like older form of English than Beowulf. That's, like, you know, old West Saxon, written by my 36th great grandpap, King Alfred the Great of England. This is the first the oldest known surviving book written in English. It's a preface he wrote to a book he translated out of Latin. I have a previous video reading that as well, and only in the modern English translation, not the old English, and my thoughts on that, and how it was, like, a great message for, like, you know, readers and writers and just students in general in the modern era. So yeah, there are some blank spots still in this notebook, and so I take that to the library with me as well. Hopefully I will, you know, find out more information about the ancestors whom I still don't really know, like, anything about. Like, I just can't go further back. Like, what did they change their names? Did the records, like, disappear? Maybe they were lost in, like, World War II bombing raids or something like that. So I'll be taking that with me as well. Another thing I have taken to the library with me many times in the past, but not so much recently, is this little notebook I got from CVS many years ago. There's still, you know, lots of space left in it. I just write, you know, like, a bunch of, like, odds and sods as necessary, but because this is not fountain pen friendly paper at all, or not even rollerball friendly, I tend not to like use it nearly as much as I used to, and even when I use my good ballpoints on it now, that's even then, like you can see the ink still does kind of like bleed through it. That is really, really good ink. You can see, like, look at this bleed through, and this is only a ballpoint. That's was one of the things ballpoints were supposed to eliminate, but that just goes to show, like, Retro 51 has a really, really good inks, and I highly, highly recommend them. This is another small compact size notebook, which I hope to take to future library sessions, just to jot things down for what I'm writing, what I'm researching, things to keep in mind for, like, you know, book reviews, just like odds and sods like that. I got this at Meininger's stationery and art supply store in Denver this past July when I was visiting my surviving uncle and his family. And just in case I might run out of ink in the 2 pens I showed you guys, because those are double reservoir vacuum power filler and with no ink window, so I have like no way of knowing, oh, is there enough ink. I will be taking some backup pens, which I can see the ink levels in all 3 of them, and I will be putting 2 of them in this case. This was also for my recent fountain pen day haul, and I guess I will put the other pen, and this is one of my other pen cases. I should do a whole video about my different types of, you know, pen sleeves. Maybe I will, you know, put the little ones in this or whatever. I'll just figure it off camera. Let me know in the comments if you guys would be interested in doing a video tour of my pen sleeves. And last but not least, this is my computer mouse. I don't really use it nearly as often as I have in the past lately, but, you know, it's always a good idea to have it. But, you know, when I put it in the bag, like, turn it off so, like, you know, nothing bad happens. Like, you never know what might happen. It starts going bluey and haywire because the battery was on when it was, you know, in transport and like rubbed against something, and oh no, like ruined a nice piece of electronics. So thank you very much for watching, like, all the way through to the end in this completely random, unscripted video, and I will see you very soon. Bye.